how long will it take me to read an actual 12 hours? I always feel like I'm spending a lot of time reading, but when I actually look back, I've read a few pages, a chapter. Maybe I've even reached an hour of reading, but I've gotten distracted by a new YouTube video, my phone notifications, a video game, or just even life obligations. So today we're putting this to the test. This isn't a 12-hour readathon or even a 24-hour readathon. No, this is I am tracking how long I'm reading. And the goal is to hit 12 hours. The goal is to hit 12 hours of active reading time, I should say. The timer only runs when I'm reading. If I stop to eat food and I'm not reading while I'm eating, I start playing a video game that I'm not able to listen to an audiobook while I play. Anything, the timer gets paused, and that time does not count. Now, I've set aside the weekend to try to do this. It is Friday, 11 a.m. ish. My goal is to be done by Sunday, but this will go for as long as it needs to go for. So if by Sunday I still have 2 hours that I need to read, I'll be picking up Monday and trying to get that done. So the bigger question is not if I can read for 12 actual hours, it's how long will it take me to actually read 12 hours. Does that make sense? Now, I couldn't just leave it at that. That's way too simple. No. I, of course, had to gamify it. I will be rolling a 6-sided die shortly, right before we start, and in every 2 hours of active reading time that have been completed. But there's only one way to figure out how I'm starting this, and that is to roll the first die. I got my creepy little 6-sided die, and we're gonna roll for the first thing, which is book swap. And I can't exactly swap books if I haven't started reading yet. So let's just roll again, and we got a 3. So 3 is cozy mode, which I think is a great way to start. So, you know how I said cozy mode? That is the first challenge rolled. Well, in the effort of being cozy, I changed my bed sheets in the middle of the day in summer, and now I am very much not cozy, very sweaty. I'm going to actually jump in for a quick refresh shower. So we'll get to cozy eventually, but I did change my sheets. I figured you really didn't need to watch me do that, though. Shower check. Ambiance found. It's pulled up on my TV right now. And I guess the next thing I need to do is talk to you about what book I'm going to be reading. I'm going to be reading a book on my Kindle. I have it from Kindle Unlimited. What's the name of it? It's the second book in the Eating Woods series, Eldritch. Yeah, it's book number 2 in the Eating Woods by Carrie Lake. I am enjoying it so far. I'm roughly 20% in or so. I have struggled to get into the book, though. But I also struggled with the first book. Like, if you saw my review, I struggled until probably about 30-40% in. So I'm not giving up on this book yet. It is just moving a little bit slower because I don't have the audiobook to listen to an immersion read. But if I'm officially starting now, it is 12:45 on Friday, the 17th of July. So we will see how this goes. I'm honestly not sure how it's gonna go. But I am starting my cozy reading with grapes. These are gumdrop grapes. They're my favorite grape. They're pretty much the only grape I eat, which is annoying because they are expensive grapes and very seasonal grapes. Oh, you don't like the camera? But you were so cute. Let's get cozy. The whole point of this was to set a timer. 12 hours, pause it when I'm not reading, start it when I am reading. So let's go. Oh, and I'm 32% into the book. That is not a bird. I started like right before 1, right? I think so. I just hit the glares. 9 hours and 57 minutes. So I just finished reading the first 2 hours. It's 4 p.m. now. So like 3 hours. That's not terrible considering I did wash my sheets. And I took a break and watched part of a stream, a gaming stream, while I was doing it. But this means it is time for our next roll. Even though I'm very comfy cozy, it is time to roll again. So 3. 3 is... How many of y'all went 3's cozy mode? Because that's what you just rolled. Do I roll again or do I keep it? I think I'm gonna keep it because, like, nothing says it can't be the same thing multiple times in a row. Although I did veer off of cozy ambiance and turned on some old Phasmo VODs to run in the background. But I'm feeling just as comfy cozy, so I don't think it matters. Yeah. Oh, but I guess I should talk to you about the book I'm reading. I guess you might want to, know about that. So, like I said earlier, I'm reading Eldritch. Eldritch. It is the second book in the Eating Woods series. So if you haven't read the first book, I'm not going to go into a ton of spoilers. I am getting more and more into it and easier to read. I misremembered and I was at 32% when I first started it. And now I'm like at 45 or something like that. And I think one of my problems is not the multi-POV. That's fine. I love reading multi-POV. And in the second book, we actually get more multi-POVs. We get more POVs than we did in the first book. The first book was just Maveth and Zavander. In the second book, you also get Kashmir? Is that how you say his name? I think initially I was struggling with all of the flashbacks. Every 3 chapters is a flashback to Zavander's past. If you have read the first book, you probably have an idea of what's going on in those flashbacks. But I highly recommend reading the trigger warnings. Um, there are a lot of potentially very triggering topics and things happening. So, yeah. But I am enjoying it. I am. The more I've read, the more I enjoy the flashbacks are always kind of tied to what's going to be happening in current time. So it's all kind of seem like it makes sense. Um, I'm not even 50% through this book, and I do want to go back and reread Athem- Anathema um, again. I would like the third book to come out. It is expected to be published October 1st. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying this book, and I'm glad I didn't get a book swap. Although I am, yeah, I'm like 48% into Youth Juice, just under halfway. So I could definitely pick that up and probably finish it fairly quickly. It's only an 8-hour book in the first place. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. I didn't check in anymore last night, but I am. Hold on, pulling up. This is where I stopped reading last night. 7:52, 7 hours and 52 minutes left. Mostly because I didn't feel like getting up and rolling a dice. And because we've hit the 8-hour mark of active reading time, that means we get another dice roll. So let's see what it brings this time. 4. Was that a good roll? That probably wasn't the best roll. Probably wasn't the best roll, but a 4, if I remember right, is my choice. Let me just bring up. I kind of just get to do whatever I want for the next 2 hours, which I'm not gonna complain about. I am gonna swap books. I'm gonna stop with Eldritch, and I'm going to swap to Youth Juice, just because I have an audiobook of that and I would like to finish it. So, Youth Juice is a kind of eat the rich horror book, which I'm starting to get is not my favorite type of horror. Because I like I DNF'd Guillotine. I say I DNF'd it, I just kind of stopped reading it. I didn't even put it in my reading tracker. But Youth Juice follows Sophia. She just started working at a really popular skincare wellness company called Hebe. Then Tree, the CEO and founder, asks her to test out a new product, and it's a miracle worker, like magic. But Sophia starts to learn the secrets of some of these products, and she has to start kind of questioning how far she'll go. Yeah, I'm on chapter 8 right now, according to the audiobook. So, yeah, I'm like 50% through the book. I. It's fine. I don't think it's going to be something that I am screaming from the rooftops about, especially when it comes to horror. It is kind of a social commentary on like the health and beauty industries. So if that's something you're interested in, you probably would enjoy it a lot more than me. I kind of get to do whatever I want. I kind of want a game. The game I want to play is Vintage Story, and that is a little too involved for audiobooks. I just listened to chapter 8 of Youth Juice, and what the actual... Okay. Trigger warning in this book: drug use, extensive drug use. I think chapter 8 is going to be the turning point of this book for me. I think it might be the I'm interested in this book. But we'll see how it goes. I also finally decided on a game you saw. I'm playing Supermarket together by myself. But yeah, what? Chapter... I just can't. A lot of things are starting to become very questionable. I just hit 6 hours left. It's Saturday, 11 a.m. So that's not too bad. Youth just has officially caught my attention. It probably caught my attention probably around like 70%. It was chapter 8. Well, actually 50%. 2. Walking or standing for at least 20 minutes. So I could stand, I could walk on the walking pad, I could go walk outside. It's really hot outside though. Okay, so we got a 2, which means I need to walk around, pace, get on the walking pad, which I don't feel like pulling out right now. So, or just stand. So what I'm gonna do for the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna pace and kind of like walk around the house while I listen to the audiobook and probably read physically. Here's the book. Here's the audiobook on my phone. I'm gonna... My headphones died, but I only have a little bit left.
All of life is one great tragedy for a woman. You're born. You have a brief, shining moment when you're in control. You matter. You age. You die. The end. This is Susie Jackson. We hope you have enjoyed this production of Youth Juice by E.K. Seth. Recording book.
This book gets crazy towards the end. What? I actually think the social commentary in this of like being scared of getting old could be beneficial for everyone. The main character is 29 in this book, which is my age. And yeah, I see myself in her to a point, but like not to the point of what happens in this book. Here's an update on our timer. So I was out here for probably like closer to 40 minutes finishing up this book. I think it will be a 4-star. Definitely not a 5-star. I don't even think a 4.5. It's kind of between a 3.5 and a 4 for me right now. And even if I fall on a 3.5, it would be rounded up to 4. So I think I'm gonna probably go with a 4-star, which isn't bad. So I decided to go ahead and pick up The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab next. I mean, if you don't know what this, I don't really know what this book is about, I'm not gonna lie. I know that it's about Addie LaRue. Shocker, I know. After nearly 300 years, Addie stumbles across a young man in a hidden bookstore and he remembers her name. So, one of my friends, she didn't love this book. I don't know what she rated it. I don't think she said it was really good, it just wasn't a book for her. But she was like, why haven't you read that yet? You absolutely need to read it. I kind of got distracted playing video games and I didn't turn on my audiobook again. And I think that I might need to immersion read this. Not sure. But I only have like 30 minutes before my next roll would be due. And once I get in bed, I know myself and I'm not gonna feel like getting out. Let's just go ahead and roll. It's a 5. So 5 is a beverage break. Kind of make a drink. Meant to be like inspired by the book you're reading. And I think I know what I'm gonna try. It's a new drink to me. I got it because of this prompt, and I think because I'm gonna switch to reading Eldritch and hopefully maybe finishing that, I'm gonna see. I think it's kind of vibing. One moment, let me go grab it. Alright, so I have the drink. It is Tractor Dragonberry Organic Haymaker. This is what the can looks like. Hopefully, like, you can see the vibes. This gives the Eating Wood vibes with like the handwritten like ingredients and recipe notes. The fact that the drink's also known as like a switchel. Yeah, I just think you could definitely find this in Etheria and even possibly Mortasia, just as like a tonic being sold. Like, it gives that vibe. Harvest number 21, Summer Solstice, the year's brightest day. Like, there's just, it gives the vibes. When I saw these in the store, I bought a couple for this very prompt. Cheers. It also tastes like something you would find in this book. So it is an apple cider vinegar drink. It very much is. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's not bad. I don't think it's something that I would jump up and go buy again. Especially at the cost of them. I would probably like it more if it even just had a little bit of sweetener in it. The only sweetener would be the fruit juices. And it has ginger oil in it, which it very much does. what do you call it? Spiel? According to Amazon, everyone highlights the whole thing. I don't care about the whole thing. Just the very last sentence. The reason I breathe. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. We have like 2 and a little bit hours left on the timer to reach 12 hours, which I could have finished last night. I could have if I really wanted to, but I'm gonna be honest, I was in bed and I did not feel like pulling out the camera. So I ended up just watching YouTube instead. Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 25 minutes left. So definitely finishing today. Definitely not finishing Addie LaRue today, but I will finish Eldritch. I don't know. When I started Addie LaRue, I think it's a book that needs a lot more focus than when I'm gaming, because I had a hard time following it. So I'm gonna maybe not read it like that. But first, breakfast. We have froggy friends that hang out on our front door. I really enjoy saying hi to them when I see them. It barely tastes like there's any coffee in here, which is not my preference, but I think I ordered the wrong type of drink. But I wanted half and half and not... Yeah? Yeah, I wanted half and half and not just 2% milk. So, Wilma wants to say hi. We're at the 2-hour mark, which means we have the last roll of this video to do. So let's go do it. I don't have the dice with me. I mean, I could just roll one on my phone, but let's just go get the dice. Four. I'm pretty sure 4 is my choice, which is a great way to end the video, but let's just double check. Yeah, 4 is reader's choice. So I think I'm just gonna, stay where I am, finish up the book, see what comes of it. Minutes left and I have 5% of Eldritch left. Let's hope that's enough. Okay. I got distracted with 2.5 minutes left. My family came home and brought me food. So I stopped reading to eat that while it was hot. But let's finish this up. I am 99% of the way through this book. So let's try to finish it real quick. Okay? Okay. 2.5 minutes. Am I gonna finish this book before the timer ends? Who knows? Am I finishing it in this video? Yes. The timer's up. I think I'm in the last chapter. So I'm gonna finish this up real quick. I'm really excited for the third book. The end. Roller coaster of emotions. I'm gonna have to cut some of what I said out because YouTube doesn't like cursing. And I might have dropped a few F-bombs just in like the WTF type. I would have really loved to see more of Zavander's sister, Rakaya. And I think if we had had some of her in this book and what she was going through, I think it would have helped. The characters, I see no fault in the characters. All of them are great. Love the world. Love the world building. You don't get as much of it in this book. This book is much more character driven. Eldritch is much more character driven than plot driven, which the author does say in kind of like a author's note at the beginning. I like the relationship building in the first book a lot more. I still really do enjoy the relationships, but there are some things that, not that they could be written better, because they're very realistic and it makes sense for the characters, but I wish Mavis was a little bit more open about some things. Overall, this brings Eldritch to a 4.5 star read, and it brings it to the end of how long will it actually take me to read 12 hours. Now, this is with a focus on reading and me being like, hey, Bethany, you gotta read, you gotta read, you need to read, you need to read. 1:32 p.m. on Sunday. I started right around 1 on Friday, so just over 48 hours it took me to read a total of 12 hours, which isn't bad. I'm happy with that. I finished two books that I had been kind of like slogging through. Well, one book I had been slogging through, one that I had just barely started. I was at like 32% before. Youth Juice came out to be a 4-star, and then Eldritch came out to be a 4.5 star. I think that's a very successful reading. 2 successful books, in my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, the concept of this video, let me know down below if you want to see me try it again, maybe 24 hours, or like a realistic, how long does it actually take me to read 12 hours when I was gonna say when I'm just like living life, but that's kind of difficult if I'm having to remember to pick up the camera every time I read. I'm gonna end up remembering to read more often. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, maybe hit the subscribe button and join me back for another video. What video do you want me to do next? Like, what videos are you interested in seeing? Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all all next time. Bye.